format.
Ada ini. Sebesar ngomong at ko niya.
Ule ni mzayad.
Okay. Nakanda kasuni alafu namshukuru.
Asome
Register.
Kani tu ni mgongo, si mbona inaanza.
Broadcasting.
Now, good morning, students.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you. We can start our lesson. I'm only waiting for the host. Kindly, the host, that one of the one in charge of Mang'u High School, kindly make me the host so that I can share the screen with the students. The host, kindly make me the host so that I can share the screen, then we can discuss. For today, I want us to revise one paper here that we were discussing. Then I want us to make it very interactive so that we have each one of us involving in the discussion. Last time we were trying to go through that paper that we were revising, and I like the way we did. So for today, I also want us to revise one of the papers. As we wait for the host, whoever that is the host, kindly make me the host so that I can share the screen with the students. The one in charge of Mang'u High School Form 3, kindly make me the host so that I can share the screen with students, please. Thank you so much. I can see I'm now the host. I can now share the screen. Then we go to participants. I'm happy with the turnout. I can see we have so many. I'm happy with the turnout. So let's just 1 minute so that we can share the screen. Then we can move on.
Fine.
Those who are coming, welcome. Welcome to Biology Revision today. Those ones coming, welcome to Biology Revision today. We want to revise paper 2. We finish, then we shall go through paper 1. I'm happy to see most of you. I'm very happy to see most of you. So that's what I want us to share for today. So for now, to go through paper 2, we can go through paper 2 together. And the first question is there. Question 1. Let's have this. Question 1. Where is my screen? Ndauwa business. Borden.
P, yes. P.
I can see raising up your hand. I'm not able to see what I've just shared. Can you be able to see what I've shared?
Yes.
Yes.
But now on my side, I cannot be able to see it. What might have happened? Why is it now?
Yes. Can just continue.
Yes.
We can see the question, so let us just continue.
A minute. Borden, continue taking through your friends. Read as I try to read the first question as I try to see what happens.
The diagram below represents a mature breadboard. Name structures P, Q, and R. Structures P, I think, is the sporangia. Q is the spore, and R are the rhizoids.
Kidogo tu. Sasa nimeenda wapi?
So
Kidogo tu Ryan, kidogo tu. Just give me some few minutes nione kama nitajaribu.
Kwanga mpo.
Okay, I can see it back. I can see it back, but the
country.
we can share back the screen so that we continue. Sorry for that. Sorry for that. So that.
Oh.
But then I hope you can now be able to see what I've shared.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now why does it get lost?
Bode. Bode. Bode.
Afya.
So let's start. Borden, the answer.
Yeah. I cannot see this. Oh, name the structures P, Q, and R. P is the sporangium, Q is spore, and R is rhizoid.
Yes, true. When you look at that diagram there, it's about the topic of it can be about reproduction. Still in classification 2, when you are talking about the kingdom fungi, we are able to see such the diagram there. Even in introduction to Form 1, when they talk about the study of fungi, so what you call mycology, still we have that diagram there. So the diagram there is about kingdom in the kingdom fungi, and when it comes to reproduction, we are talking about asexual reproduction. But when you look at parts, you just said we have part P, Q, and R. P, the fruit part of it all forms what you call the sporangium. Then Q said forms the spore. When it comes to naming, you are supposed to look at whether naming it in plural or singular. So in this case, it is because it's pointing on one, it is the spore. When you look at R, the same, they said rhizoid. Kama ingekuwa ina point kwa mbili, then we'll talk about rhizoids. Why is it that I'm not able to see? Just kidogo tu so that I can also, just hold on for 1 minute, please. Because I can only see participants. Then we can move on. We can move on. The next question, Soma Boden.
What's the function of the structure P?
Structure
P.
P. P, you said which one is P?
Orange.
Sporangium. What is the role of the sporangium? Somebody can raise up your hand, I'll see you. What is the role of the sporangium?
Can you say production of the daughter nuclei?
Production of the?
Daughter nuclei.
Production of the spores. So when you can be able to look at this one, ukiona hii part hapa, this one here, sporangium, then inside we have the spores. So the daughter nuclei, what you are talking about are these ones. When we are discussing about cell division, we said when you talk about daughter nuclei, we are simply referring to the young ones, production of the young ones. That is the new generation. So the function of P is to produce the daughter nucleus. Another man will talk about production of the spores. Next.
State true economic importance of molds.
What is the importance of molds? That question will be.
Possibility of bread.
Yes. I wish you raised up your hand so that I can be able to see you. Go on reaction, then you raise up your hand so that you can be able to discuss. Huh? So, one, we have that question is different. Let's see this one. So I've raised up the hands. Nani? Moire?
It's spoilage.
Yes?
Food spoilage.
Food spoilage. It's true. Now this one ni tofauti. For example, the question is not talking about the kingdom of fungi, or if it was asking about the function of the importance of the kingdom fungi is different. Specifically, they are talking about bread mold. So it's true. One, it can bread mold. Ikigrow kwa hiyo food, it can cause food spoilage. It's true. This other guy is called Josephat.
it is used in genetic engineering experiments.
It can be.
It is used in genetic engineering experiments.
How? It's true, but how? Tunaongelea tu bread mold peke yake. That one may not apply, just but Abel.
Molds are also used in the manufacture of alcoholic drinks.
Swali jasema economic importance. What is the question about? The question is, let me see. The question is about what is the economic importance of molds. Look at this one. It's not about the economic importance of kingdom fungi. If it was the economic importance of kingdom fungi, yes, your answer is right. But now it's talking about economic importance of molds. Bread mold peke yake, in this case, can be positive or negative. Nani alituambia kwanza that when these bread molds grow on food, it can cause food spoilage, which is true. So when you talk about it being used in what have you said, Abel?
In the manufacture of alcoholic drinks.
Not really.
What about in the breakdown of organic material and the recycle of nutrients back into the...
Exactly. That is better. Yes, it can lead to decomposition of dead organic matter. Remember, bread molds, these are growing on dead organic matter by saprophyte, that is. So that is to say, when they grow on dead organic matter, they can cause decomposition of dead organic matter, and as a result, it can lead to improving the soil fertility. Huyu jamaa anaitwa Brian Makori.
I have a question.
Yeah. Yes.
How is food spoilage of economic importance?
Makori is asking, how is food spoilage economic importance? Now, Makori, when you talk about, don't Masiba, you want to answer him or?
No, I wanted to add on the importance of bread mold.
Sema alafu tujibu Brian.
Because it works in the soil.
Yes. Don't sema.
It works as a decomposer in the soil.
Very true. Improving the soil fertility. Now, Brian, you know, when we talk about economic importance, doesn't mean that we talk about negative or positive. Economic importance is to talk about the effect. The term there is the effect of bread mold. These effects can be of positive or negative effect. It can be positive or negative. That's why we are using the term economic importance. Brian Makori, you remember when you are talking about the plant waste products in Form 2, excretion. You remember the plant waste products, and you said economic importance of plant waste products. Some waste products have negative economic importance, while others have positive economic importance. So economic importance is simply meaning the importance of, sorry, not the importance, the effect of. And that's why one said the effect of bread mold can lead to the spoilage of food. Another one has said that is negative effect. Ile Abel amesema it can increase soil fertility because hii kitu wakati ina grow to the dead organic matter by saprophytic, it causes decomposition of dead organic matter. So that is positive economic importance. The first one was negative economic importance. The economic importance is simply the effect. Makori, tuko sawa?
Yes.
Right. Next question. Let's move on. tumeambiwa mbili. Any other? Somebody could tell us? Abel. Cedric.
This question, the second answer which he just said.
Yes, Cedric.
The second answer which he just said. Can you
Kidogo tu mute watu. Very okay. Now we can move on. Where? Aya, Cedric, sema.
Okay, this question. The second answer which he just said about the decomposition of. Can you please elaborate? I didn't understand it well.
We say.
Yeah.
Thank you. We said. Swali nasema what is the economic importance of bread mold? And before I was trying to explain that there's unajua hii swali kikwa hivi unaweza pewa hivyo, then the question will be, na nilikuwa nimesema it is about, can be asking about classification, kama ni classification about the kingdom, you get, it can be about reproduction. Now when it is either reproduction or classification, it can ask the economic importance. Kama inaongelea kuhusu economic importance of kingdom fungi, it is general. Yeah. What is the economic importance of kingdom fungi, Cedric? Hizi vitu zinamea kwa other plant, kwa other organic matter. What is the economic importance?
Decomposition.
It can cause decomposition.
Yeah.
Ingine, and you know what do you mean by decomposition? Dead organic matter, these things grow on dead organic matter. Unaona kama hii bread mold. Bread mold is simply the rhizopus. Vile iko hivi. So unaona kwa bracket umetuandikia rhizopus, right?
Yeah.
So what is the effect of this rhizopus? Hii rhizopus assuming imegrow kwa leaves, meat imekatwa and then it grows on the leaves that are, or even a plant that is that's on the ground, then it grows on it. What will happen? They will simply cause decomposition of the organic matter here. Hizi zenye imegrow kwake. So when it causes decomposition, hizi vitu zenye imemea kwake, once saprophyte, once it's destroyed, it can lead to what we call increasing soil fertility. So that's what the point of Abel was trying to say, that decomposition of dead organic matter, hence increasing soil fertility. Uko sawa?
Okay. And
very right. Good. Maybe you can now tell us ingine ni nini inaweza changia. Alafu mwingine ametuambia ikimea kwa vitu, say for example food, ile chapati kwa mnabeba shule, and then you put it in a box, and after some time maybe you've not been eating it for 2 days or 3 days. And what happens, ukimea juu yake, because it can even grow on it, so long as kuna damp area, the first person said it can lead to food spoilage, which is true. Negative effect. Positive effect, somebody else has said. What do you think will be another effect? Hiyo vitu ikimea kwa other organic substances?
It can be poisonous.
It can
be poisonous. Can you say like that?
Exactly. It can cause diseases. Spoilage ni kuharibika tu, unaweza kula, but after that it can also lead to diseases, which is very true. Now we can go to the next question. Tusome, soma tu Cedric kabla tutafute mtu mwingine wa kusoma.
Just scroll.
Bana naenda
I'm not able to see the question clearly.
I can see, kidogo tu na scroll. Twende, read the question.
Okay.
Ngoja tu admit kidogo tu. Kidogo tu, let's admit this one first. Soma.
Okay. Name the kingdom to which bread mold belong.
You can tell us haraka tu kwa sababu tulikuwa tumemention.
Kingdom fungi.
Right. Next. Madam Nyiba. Morning to you. Niko darasa form 3. Yes. Endelea tu Cedric.
List down one general characteristic of member of the kingdom named in the D, Roman 1 above.
Right. This is kingdom. Nataka watu to discuss let's have like 4. This is the kingdom fungi. What are the major general characteristics? Kama tungepata time discuss classification, we see how. What are the major general characteristics? Na nilikuwa nawaambia, if I'm asked kama nimepewa hii kitu ya bread mold, already I've seen it. Then I'm told what are the major general characteristics? General characteristics. Francis, Michael, Francis, I can see you are raising up the hand. More people to raise up the hands so that we see. Raisi sana, because 1, you look at, these are living organisms, so it can either be seen or not seen. 2, you look at how are they able to feed. 3, they must reproduce, kwa sababu they must continue with the species. So how are they able to reproduce? So the first one, ninajibu to how are they able to feed? How are they able to reproduce? And then you can be able to talk about, can they be seen by naked eyes? So they need a microscopic some instruments for in order for you to see them. Let's have huyu ni nani? Boden.
They have a basic unit called hypha, which consists of a cell enclosing the multinucleate cytoplasm.
Boden anatuambia that these ones have a basic unit called hyphae, which is very true, and is the major unique feature in this kingdom fungi. And we say the vertical hyphae, and then we have the horizontal hyphae. So they have a unit that is called a hyphae. This guy called Benjamin.
They are eukaryotic.
Meaning?
They contain cell organelles.
Where bwana? Eukaryotic cell organelles? Not real. It's true they are eukaryotic, and that's the major characteristic. Your characteristic applies to all other kingdoms, apart from kingdom, the kingdom Monira. So eukaryotic meaning that their nuclear material is enclosed. The nuclear material is enclosed. Kama human beings, their nuclear material is enclosed. But when you talk about prokaryotic, their nuclear material is not enclosed. It is only the characteristic that appears in the kingdom Monira, right?
Yes.
Huyu jamaa anaitwa Muhammad Far.
They reproduce by spores.
How are they able to reproduce? Very true. They reproduce by spores. That is to say, sexual reproduction, but specifically spore formation. Another man like Osman could say sporulation. Osman? Osman? Somebody was raising up the hand. This is Osman. Osman, ama imekata. We can move on. So if I were you, I'll arrange it this way. How are they able to feed? Somebody? Ian?
It's a question. What about in this
Please
question?
ask.
In this question where we have the word general characteristic, can you give a word that involves some, like some are saprophytic?
Yes.
Are you allowed to use a characteristic like some are saprophytic?
It is okay. In fact, it is always also important when you specify. Lakini sasa hapa kama ingekuwa inaongelea tu like bread mode, characteristics of bread mode alone, then you just generalize. You are specific. But kama hii inasema tu characteristics of kingdom fungi. But now, when you talk about this kingdom fungi, actually all of them feed by reproduction is spore formation. And when you look at their feeding, I was waiting for feeding. How are they able to feed? Somebody, nataka tujibu hii maswali tatu, then we shall be through with it. One, how are they able to feed? How are they able to reproduce? Somebody have talked about the appearance. That too shall be true. Appearance, somebody has said that their nuclear material is enclosed. That is, they are eukaryotic. How are they able to reproduce? Somebody has said they reproduce asexually by spore formation. Now, how are they able to feed? Somebody raise up your hands. Alex, come on. Not Alex, come on. How are they able to reproduce? Isaac Hamisi. Oh, nani anainua mkono? Edwin. Edwin. How are they able to reproduce, Edwin? It's not
They have
feeding, not reproduction.
they have parasitic or saprophytic mode of nutrition.
They only depend on the ready-made food. So you can say like some feed. Sasa ile swali nani alikuwa ameuliza, some will feed by saprophytic. They will only depend on dead organic matter and they will obtain these nutrients. Others will depend on, they'll feed by saprophyte, feeding on organisms. So characteristics, we are through with it. Next question, and I'm happy you people, the number is becoming very good. Next question. So question 2. You can see that paper is paper 2. Now you ukiona ni paper 2, that's from 4 work. But majorly it has form 1, form 2, form 3 questions. So that's the next question there. Somebody can take us through. Edwin. Somebody has 2 people have raised up hands. I just want to know akina nani hawa. Muhammad Farah.
The diagram
Farah.
below. The diagram below. The diagram below represents a longitudinal section through a dicotyledonous root tip. State the function of the path labeled M.
You can tell us which topic is that, Farah, as you move on.
Transport in plants and animals.
Very true.
The function of the path label M is the path label M is the root hair cells, which are used for absorption of water and mineral salts.
Thank you. So this is the diagram. Hii diagram vile nani anatuambia, Edwin anatuambia, we can relate this diagram to form 2 transport hata kwa form 3, kwa sababu ukiangalia growth and development, these regions here, we have region Z, region Y, and then we have this part N here. It can involve about growth and development as well. So you've just told us, maybe we can go through first of all. K is the
phloem.
In phloem. Then L here, I hope everybody's following. To go L hapa, you can enlarge your screen at your end. L here, ni hapa katikati forms the xylem. Then M, umesema ni?
The root hairs.
Root hairs. The root hairs. Then we can look at Z, Y, and N. So let me see. Somebody, you raise up your hand. Which regions are they? Just raise up your hand, I'll be able to see. Jama to relax to tusome bwana. Abel is there raising the hand.
Region said, I think it's the region of cell elongation, and then region Y is the region of cell division, or where somatic cell exists, or where the cells which undergo cell division exist.
So you've said Z is?
The region of cell elongation.
And then Y?
Y is the region of cell division.
I hope all of us can be. Alafu nataka kusema, when you look at this diagram, some questions may be different. Kwa sababu ukipata kama hii, we know the regions of growth normally occur at the tip of the shoot and at the tip of the root. So kama hii tunajua ni root. So tunaanzia cell division is in a divide, then is in a elongate, and then at these points they become what you call, ungesemaje Abel huku? Differentiated.
Yeah.
So na differentiation unajua inamaanisha becoming different to perform specific functions. Kama hii region inaweza kuwa different from others to perform the role of absorption of water and mineral salts. Kama hapa inaweza kuwa differentiated to perform its own role. So then kama ingekuwa at the root of the tip, tunaanzia bado, so we start with the, ingekuwa huku juu, I wish you had such a question, ingekuwa juu, but now at the top we start with the cell division, elongation, then differentiation ikienda downwards. But for now, this one, it is at the tip. I hope you are getting my point. If it was at the root tip, tunaanzia na cell division huku chini. Of course, na hii N umesema ni nini, Abel?
It is the root cap.
Root cap, right?
Yeah.
Then if it was the shoot, then we have named it opposite from upwards to teremuka. Region of cell division, elongation, differentiation. Those ones coming in now, welcome. To submit these ones. Then we can move on. So go to the questions.
State the function of the part labeled N.
Jamaa ametuambia hiyo si ametujibu.
Yeah.
Absorption of
water, mineral
water. Right. Na hii question, EKL ni za nini, za wapi? Okay. hata kama hajaulizwa. Let's talk about K.
Translocation of manufactured food.
K, phloem, right. Alafu L, this is. Alafu umesema aje translocation? Tulikuwa tunasema we must talk about from where to where. So translocation of manufactured food from the leaves to the rest of the plant parts. Then we can talk about water, absorption of water, conduction of water from the soil to the rest of the plant parts. That is xylem. We can go on. Next question, Soma Abel. Somebody else will take us through the next question.
Name the process by which water moves from the soil particles into the plant root. The process is osmosis. By osmosis.
Because if you have a question, you just raise up your hand. If you don't agree with what he says, you raise up your hand.
How is the structure labeled L different from that of the stem of the plant? Labeled L.
L. So ni kusema, elaborate on the question first, and then we can know what it's, so that when we get the answer, tunajua ni nini. Elaborate on the question first.
The structure labeled L, which is we have said is the xylem.
Teddy mutie kidogo tu amalize yule answer.
I think the xylem there is for the root. So that's asking us to differentiate from the one that is for the stem of the same plant. Are they different?
That's the point. That was the point. I wanted people so that we get the frame of the question. Ndio tukijibu, you may have their own ideas. So hii ni a root, but bado ni xylem of the root. So wanakuuliza kama unaweza kumbuka the structures za form 2. That one for the root and then that one for the stem. How are they different? Maybe Teddy has a question before. Ngoja kidogo. Na Teddy mwenyewe ako wapi? Teddy. Teddy.
Yes.
You have a question?
No, I wanted to answer that.
Ile ya Abel.
How is the structure label L different from any? Okay, the structure in the root, the xylem in the root is star-shaped, and the xylem in the root it's star-shaped, while the one in the stem it's not.
Very right. Any other point? Abel, any other point?
Yeah, I think it's correct. It's talking about the positioning and the arranging of the xylem. I think it's correct.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, host Mang'u High School, for taking me back. I'm sorry, candidates, students, I think there was a problem with the network failure. I found myself talking to myself and only to realize I was not even on. Sorry for that. We can go on with our discussion. I can see all of you are still there. Let me continue sharing the screen so that we look at that point. So we are talking about that question was combining both transport, and we can look at it in terms of transport, and then we can also look at it in terms of growth and development. So I was trying to explain that we can have, when it comes to growth and development, we talk about regions of growth at the tip of the shoot and at the tip of the root. So you look at it, how is the diagram? Like the one that we've just discussed is about the tip of the shoot root. So we can be able to look at it on the other hand if it was at the tip of the shoot. So let me share the screen back, and then we can be able to continue kidogo tu. So that was the question. That was the question. So we were through. Let's admit these ones first. We were through. Abel, confirm that you can be able to see the screen that I've shared.
Yes, I can see.
You can be able to see it, eh? That's right. So we can go on. The next question. Endelea kusoma, Abel. Soma.
Number E. So
At
name
E, yes.
name the zones labeled. Yeah.
Right. I can see somebody will mess up. We come here so that we disable this. So let's go on. Hiyo tumejibu question 3. So I think question 3. Hiyo ni ya genetics, hatujafanya. We go to question. So you can see from that paper only that's the only question that has a form for work. So you can look at question 4. Soma, Abel.
The quantities of urine passed out per day was established in animal P, Q, R, S, and T of the same species in their natural habitats. The results were as shown below, where P, you're shown there, P, Q, R, S, and up to T. And the first question is, which of the following animals?
Kidogo to Abel. So we say, what tunasema, we can be able to use the amount, to look at the amount of urine that's produced by a given animal, tuangalie mkojo, amount of urine of a given animal, to determine its habitat. Kwa sababu, the type of nitrogenous waste, each animal where it is found, where the habitat of this nitrogenous waste, the habitat of the nitrogenous waste produced by a given animal also depends on it's nitrogenous waste and it depends on its habitat. There are actually 3 major nitrogenous wastes. We talk about ammonia, we talk about urea, and then we talk about uric acid. Now, unajua kila penye this animal is found, it produces a given amount of urine. That's why we say we can be able to use the type of nitrogenous waste to jua huyu mnyama anaishi wapi. We can also be able to use the type of the amount of urine produced, then we can be able to tell. So this topic is actually excretion and homeostasis. Excretion and homeostasis form 2 topic. But now the way it is here, it's about application. Ebu soma tuone.
Which of the following 5 animals
Am I off again? Collins. 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 Abel umepotea? Let's see other participants. Alex, come on. Alex Kamau. Kwani umepotea tena? Donny.
Yes.
Oh, nani amepotea? You can take us through this question. Abel amepotea. Take us through that question.
Which of the 5 animals was likely to be excreting urine in very rich?
Maybe Donny, you may tell us through, take us through. Look at the amount of urine produced by each animal. Alafu tumesema we can be able to use the amount of urine produced to state where the animal is found. So maybe Don, you can be able to take us through to kama EP, look at the amount of urine, which habitat?
0.
P.
Quantity of urine 0.4. Yes.
So that one inapatikana wapi?
It is probably where there is less ammonia.
Q?
That's around 0. It's not yet in 1.0, but it's almost there. Yes.
So
it's
what?
High. That's a very high. It's high in ammonia.
Then S. To me, S.
What about Archer?
No, R ni almost na hii. That's why I want us to look at ya katikati tutumie hii, highest tutumie hii Q, then lowest amount of urine tutumie hii. You get?
Okay. S has the lowest. S has the lowest. It is very poor in ammonia, if I'm not wrong.
Asa tuendelee.
Yes. Which of the 5 animals was likely to be excreting urine in very rich in ammonia? That is Q.
Kwa nini?
It has a nitrogenous environment.
Nitrogenous environment, na ukumbuke zote ziko na nitrogenous because even ammonia is nitrogenous, uric acid is nitrogenous, hata urea is nitrogenous. So the reason we can, Malcolm, tuone Malcolm anataka aje. Malcolm, Kidogo tu Malcolm. Malcolm. Yes.
The animal here is written ammonia.
Why?
Or little urine. I was thinking maybe it is S.
It?
Should the animal produce a lot of urine or little urine? The one that has
so
breathing.
You said it's ammonia. So it's true. Don't unasikia venye Malcolm anasema. Reason see because it has the nitrogenous environment. Zote ziko nitrogenous, but what he's saying is that it's ammonia because ukikumbuka kwa form 2 you are told that ammonia requires a lot of, it's very toxic. It requires a lot of fresh water in order for it to be excreted. And then these animals also pass out more urine. So penye kuna the animal that is producing a lot of water kumaanisha where its environment must have a lot of fresh water. So like Malcolm is trying to say, reason for this one is because it's passing out more urine. Kumaanisha it's normally found in freshwater environments. Next question, Don Soma. Soma Don, kidogo tu ni Don ndio huyu. You can read, Don.
Yes. Which of the animals is likely to be living in a desert environment?
Naona ni gani?
S.
S. Why do you think what is the reason for your answer maybe?
The ammonia is very low.
Mbona nakatalia tu ammonia? It is always see to all of them it's ammonia. Tulisema maybe somebody to tell us maybe somebody to take us through before tufikia hata kujua ammonia which one is found where. Somebody to tell us, tuambie tuachana hiyo diagram. Tuachana diagram, tell us animals that are found in desert environment produce this because of this animal, so that we have the rough idea of it. So tuona wameinua mikono. People to raise up your hands. Go on reaction, then you raise up your hands so that we see. Tuachana diagram kwanza. Nataka tu mtu atuambie roughly about what do you know, which one, because we have 3 different types of nitrogenous wastes. Brighton.
Yes. Animals that are found in desert areas excrete uric acid because uric acid is non-toxic, therefore it requires, or it does not require water for dilution.
So for desert tumetuambia those ones that are found in dry areas, those ones produce uric acid because usiseme it's non-toxic. It's normally all the nitrogenous wastes are normally toxic, but the rate is low. So less toxic in uric acid, and they normally produce less urine. So that's true for the desert. Go ahead, Brighton.
And what are you? I give the reason.
No, umetuambia. Nataka tu tuambie, umetuambia desert zile zinapatikana huko ni zile zina produce more uric acid. Na umetuambia reason is because uric acid is non-toxic. Na nikakwambia badala ya kusema non-toxic tutumie the term less, because all nitrogenous waste, if they are left to accumulate in the body, they become toxic. So it's less toxic. Tuambie next animal and its habitat?
Animals that live in wet areas, they excrete urine rich in ammonia because they require a lot of water for dilution.
Which one requires a lot of water?
Animals that live in wet areas. Ammonia.
We say animals that are found in fresh water. To me, the term fresh water produce a lot of ammonia. Reason, ammonia is very toxic. It requires a lot of dilute water in order for it to be excreted. Na hiyo ni kusema Brighton that kama ina produce inahitaji maji mingi itoke, kumaanisha hata ita pass out more urine, the amount of urine is high. Alafu kama watu that are normally found in moderate areas, what will you say?
The ones that are found in terrestrial land excrete urea, which requires water for dilution.
Which requires moderate water for dilution, and by the way, hata urea yenyewe it is moderately toxic. Sindio? So kama niseme kama urine ni kidogo, that means this animal is for the desert. Kama urine ni mingi, that means this animal is in fresh water. If it ni iko hapo katikati, then we can say that animal is for the normal conditions. You are using the term terrestrial. So you can take us through the question.
Which of the animals was likely to be living in a desert environment? Yes.
Endelea.
Give a reason for your answer in B Roman 1 above. S produces less urine, which does not require water for dilution.
Yote inahitaji maji ndio idilutiwe.
It requires less water for dilution.
Donny, you are raising up your hand?
Yes. Yeah, can you say that it's due to them not finding, they do not find water readily, so they must excrete less amount of water, so they are able to produce highly concentrated urine?
Yeah. But majorly the point is that they produce less urine because unajua less urine. Hebu kidogo tuone Teddy anataka kusema nini kwanza. Teddy? Teddy, umeishinda ukinua mkono. Kinuthia is also raising up the hand.
Sure.
Teddy, unasemaje?
Can you say it's because they have a long loop of hell for reabsorption of the water, so that's why they secrete urine which is concentrated with less water.
Unajua the significance of long urine, long loop of Henle is to enable them to store more water, because in the desert environment there's less water. So we are to estimate it because they have long loop of Henle. Swali tu ni tumepewa animal, tumeona inatoa mkojo kidogo, less urine kidogo tu. Swali nauliza, kwa nini unaona hii ni ya desert? Like sijui ni Abel ama ni nani ametuambia it is from the desert environment. But now the question is, what's the reason for your answer? So loop of Henle is to assist it. Loop of Henle is to assist it. Long loop of Henle is the significance to enable it to store more water. for use. But
So it's
reason hatuwezi ongelea it because it has long loop of n, and in any case tumepewa tu hapo hiyo bar graph, hatuoni hapo loop of n. Yes. Eddie. Huyu ni nani? Jason. Jason man, unasemaje? Huyu jamaa anaitwa Jason. We can go on. Jason anainua mkono na haongei. So the reason tunaweza sema that the reason is because they produce less urine, and unajua maji mingi has been used by that body. Unajua more water is being used in order to do what? To dilute this nitrogenous waste. So the more water that's being used will lead to production of less. Maji mingi inatolewa kwa urine to go back to be used up in that process of diluting the nitrogenous waste. So what will happen? Just don't put in na watu wanaingia saa hizi, tukimalizia watatufungia tu kwa maombi. So the reason ukiangalia hapa, just talk about it. Kitu ya kwanza ukiangalia na urine, it produces less urine. That's the first thing. And then the next thing, you talk about more water is being used up in order. Sorry. It's being the amount of urine that's being produced. Look at the mark that is given, 1. So it's talking about being production of less urine. Explain how ingestion of very salty food may affect the quantity of urine produced. Wakati mtu anakula chakula mingi venye naonaga dining hall, chumvi iko, before you taste, the first thing is that you add salt. What do you think will be the effect on the amount of urine produced? Acha tuone. Watu wainue mikono tukimalizia. Hands up so that tumalizie hii ya mwisho. Ya mwingine anaitwa Cedric ndiye anaingia. Kinuthia. Benjamin.
Let me try. I think the person will produce more urine because the much salt which is not needed in the body will require more water to dilute.
Na inasema what will be the effect on urine? Unakula ushaona hiyo swali lingine inasema a student a child who is learning how to swim accidentally anakunywa a lot of seawater, na seawater unajua iko na chumvi mingi, alafu unauliza what will happen, what will be the effect of that one akikunywa hiyo maji mingi ikikuwa na a lot of seawater. So it's the same thing, it's true. Wacha tuone Doni anasema aje. Doni?
Yes.
You are raising up your hand?
Yes. Increasing the salt intake increases the sodium excretion. So excess sodium will be thus released in concentrated urine. This method of protecting the body's water is efficient that people actually drank less when their salt intake was the highest.
So it's true. So tunaweza sema the effect. So kwa mkojo, tell me, will it lead to production of more urine or less urine, Donny?
It will be probably more.
Not probably. It's going to have it direct. So less or more?
More.
Hapana.
Less.
Somebody else? Mtu tumalizie hiyo question please. Huyu ni nani anainua mkono? Teddy Mutie is there. Na watu wengine wametokea wapi wakina hao Habela?
Excuse me, teacher. I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
There you have said that there will be less urine. Yes, but when, let's say the child has drank that seawater, and because of the excess salt, how will it be less urine, and he needs to excrete the salt, and yet the salt needs to be dissolved by the water. So I think, will it be less or more?
So Teddy, in short, you are supporting Donny? Because ile ya kukunywa maji yenye iko na chumvi na kukula chakula yenye iko na chumvi, it's the same thing, si ndio? Now you are supporting Donny that akikunywa hiyo maji, that this child who is learning how to swim akikunywa maji ya chumvi, ata pass out more urine, or you are wondering why less urine is going to be produced, right?
Yes.
Huyu jamaa nani anainua mkono? Elijah Maundu. Elijah?
Yes. Oh, I think less urine will be produced because there will be more reabsorption of water.
Try to convince them. Elijah.
Yes.
Waeleze kwa nini? They are saying, they are wondering why.
Yes.
Because when you take in more salt, they think more water is required to dilute that salt. So they are expecting that more urine is going to be produced. Now they are wondering why, because what happens is supposed to have less urine. Now I agree with you. Try to convince them before Jason atumalizie. Try to convince them why less urine is produced.
Right. I think less urine will be produced because more water will be reabsorbed at the loop of Henle and the distal convoluted tubule to dilute the sodium ions, which will be in excess in the body.
Donny na Etedi, I hope you are getting the point. Wacha tuone nani anasemaje nikimalizia. Ulikuwa na nani ameinua mkono hapa mwingine? Elijah ameongea. Nani mwingine alikuwa ameinua mkono? Teddy, uko sawa? Naona unakubali.
Yes, uko sawa.
Unajua what he's trying to say is that more water is going to be reabsorbed. Unajua, when you take most of this food that has salt, what happens, the salt will be reabsorbed into the blood. Wakati salt imekuwa reabsorbed into the blood, is going to increase the osmotic pressure of blood. Inaweza tumia simple terms, niseme inaweza kuwa hypertonic. But what will happen, because our body normally senses, pituitary gland is normally stimulated to produce more ADH. Kwamba mwili inahitaji maji mingi. So what will happen, more water is going to go back into the blood. So when more water is going to be reabsorbed back into the blood, because at the loop of Henle, at the distal convoluted tubule, it's going to be more permeable to water. Reason, more ADH has been produced. So maji mingi endelee kurudi so as to lower the osmotic pressure. Na unajua maji inapita tu iko kwa glomerular filtrate. So when more water is reabsorbed back into the blood, it's going to result to production of less urine but highly concentrated TB. Sindio? Right. Hata Donny pia, I hope tuko sawa. Then we can hiyo ni question, hiyo ni ya form 4. You can see kwa hiyo paper ni form 4 questions tu ni mbili, and then hiyo graph question hiyo ni ya form 3 classification. Alafu I want us to look at I want us to look at your essays, how to discuss, tuone tu which one was it. Question 1, question 7 inasema, to describe how fruits and seeds are suited to their mode of dispersal. Form 3 work. Lesson imeisha, we will have discussed the 20 marks. Na swali kama hii ni rahisi, you try to put them. Kama unasema how they are dispersed, each one of them you talk about. Kama unaongelea kuhusu animal, you talk about animal dispersal adaptations. Wind dispersal adaptations. Water dispersal and adaptation. Alafu hii ni swali ya form 4. So you can see, kama ungekuwa unafanya paper mtu ako serious a form 3 man like you, unajua tutakuwa this one you can easily get 70 ama 68 out of 80. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for being patient during the some 5 minutes when we had some delay, but we have covered it. So at your own, not at your own pleasure, you can now leave my class. Time is up. You go relax a bit as you wait for another teacher to join you. Our lesson is over. I'm waiting for watu watoke. Wakina Benjamin Kinudi wameshindwa kutoka. Makori Brian wameshindwa. And as usual, ukishindwa kutoka, you call your sister. Hata kama unashindwa, you can call your dad akutoe. Kwa sababu hujui kujitoa. Maana jamaa wenye hawajui kujitoa. Brandon, toka tu nje uite dada yako akutoe bwana. Kama hujui kujitoa, tunakuona tu wenye hujui kujitoa. Jim Kelly na umenyamaza sana, you've not said anything. Hata Julius, you didn't say anything.